Good morning, dear learning community. In this video, we will look at double entry bookkeeping system, a method of processing accounting transactions. Accounting is based on double entry bookkeeping system. In the double entry system, transactions are recorded in terms of debits and credits. Double entry accounting means each transaction is recorded in at least two accounts where the total debits always equal the total credits. Meaning every financial transaction involves the simultaneous receiving and giving of value. As a result of double entry accounting, the sum of all the debit balance accounts in the ledger must equal the sum of all the credit balance accounts. The rule that debits equal credits is rooted in the accounting equation. In order for companies to record the large number of transactions they have each year, there is a need for a simple but detailed system. They can use journals and ledgers to meet this need. T account is a textbook representation of an account used to record transactions. These are a simplified version of an accounting system. Accountants process transactions by putting them into separate accounts. There are basically 5 types of accounts that all business transactions can be classified: assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. Each account can be represented visually by splitting the account into left and right sides. This is known as T account. It is called a T account because it looks like the letter T. If you look at the T account, debit is on the left, credit is on the right. The left hand side of the account represents value received by the business. This value can be an asset or the value of an expense such as advertising. The right hand side of the account represents value given by the business. This value can be the value of equity, liability, or the value of income such as sales. So the type of account determines whether an increase or a decrease in a particular transaction is represented by a debit or credit. The accounting equation is foundational to accounting. The importance of basic accounting equation is it forms the basis for all accounting transactions. The entire double entry accounting concept is based on the basic accounting equation. In order to get complete understanding about the double entry bookkeeping system, we will first learn in detail what accounting equation is. Accounting equation can be thought of from a sources and claims perspective. That is, the assets, items owned by the organization were obtained by incurring liabilities or were provided by owners. So the accounting equation offers a simple way to illustrate two facts about a business, which is what a business owns and what it owes. It shows that the total assets of a business must always equal the total claims against those assets by creditors and owners. If only the owner of the business have invested in the assets of the business, value of total assets are equal to owner's contribution to the business. And the owner's contribution to the business is named as capital. Therefore, the basic accounting equation is assets equal capital. When outside parties are contributed to assets of the company, that become liability. And it can be stated in the basic accounting equation as assets equal capital plus liabilities. Assets, capital, and liabilities appear in the financial position statement, which was previously known as balance sheet, which reveals the financial position of a business at any given point in time. Most businesses are started with the intention of profit making. You know how to calculate the profit, accounting profit. Accounting profit is equal income minus expenses. Profit which earned by the business should be belong to the party who was introduced capital. The same accounting equation can be extended as assets equal capital plus profit plus liability, or assets equal capital plus income minus expenses plus liability. If you look at the accounting equation, on the left side of the equation are assets. Assets are resources a company owns that have an economic value. Assets are the items owned by a business, or in simple terms, resources available to the business. Assets are represented on the balance sheet financial statement. Some common examples of assets are cash, account receivable, inventory, property, plant and equipment, and any other investment the company has made. So businesses need assets in order to operate. There are two ways a business can finance the purchase of assets. First, it can sell shares of its stock to the public to raise money to purchase assets. Second, it can borrow the money from a lender, such as a financial institution. In essence, assets are financed by shareholders' equity and liabilities. What are liabilities? Liabilities are obligations of the business to persons other than the owner, or it shows the firm's obligation to its creditors. Liabilities again are reported on the balance sheet. It is important to understand that when we talk about liabilities, we are not just talking about loans. Income received from customers in advance could also be a liability. Essentially, anything a company owes and has yet to pay within a period is considered a liability, such as salaries, utilities, and taxes. The third component of the accounting equation is shareholders' equity or capital. It can be defined as the interest of the owner in the business. It is an accounting measure of a firm's net worth that represents the difference between the firm's assets and its liabilities, or the amount which is remaining after all obligations have been satisfied. Capital equal assets minus liabilities. The rule of the double entry bookkeeping system. If you understand this rule very clearly, you will master this double entry bookkeeping system. We'll recall the accounting equation first. Assets equal capital plus income minus expenses plus liabilities. If we rearrange this equation, assets plus expenses equal capital plus liabilities plus income. This form of the equation is very useful to remember, as it gives you all the rules of double entry bookkeeping, including the ones for income and expense accounts. Assets and expenses are debit accounts. Assets and expenses are on the left side of the equation, representing debit balances. The double entry rule is thus: if a transaction increases an asset or expense account, then the value of this increase must be recorded on the debit side or left side of these accounts. Asset increases debit, asset decreases credit. Expense increases debit, expense decreases credit. Likewise, in the equation, capital, liabilities, and income are credit accounts. They are on the right side of the equation, representing credit balances. The double entry rule is thus: if a transaction increases a capital, liability, or income account, then the value of this increase must be recorded on the credit or right side of these accounts. Capital increases credit, capital decreases debit. Income increases credit, income decreases debit. Liability increases credit, liability decreases debit. Example number 1. Fred Smith and Partners purchase a new equipment for 8,000 cash. Double entry accounting concept says that every financial transaction is recorded twice. Debit in one offsets a credit in another. The double entry for this particular business transaction: equipment account debit, cash account credit. If you remember the format of T account, in the T account, value received is on the debit side, value given is on the credit side. In this example, the fixed asset account equipment has received the value of 8,000, resulting a debit entry, value received. The cash account has given the value of 8,000 in cash, resulting a credit entry, cash account credit. If you remember the rule of double entry bookkeeping system, as per the rule of double entry bookkeeping system, when there is an increase in the asset account debit. When there is a decrease in the asset account credit. In this particular example, company has received 8,000 valued equipment. So asset account debit, asset account increases. And company paid 8,000 cash. So there is a cash outflow. Asset account decreases. Therefore, asset account credit. But if you look at the accounting equation remained in balance because asset increased and asset decreased by the same amount. Both equipment and cash belong to the same component of the accounting equation. Therefore, the overall effect on the total asset is 0. Example number 2. Money paid into bank to start business. The double entry for this business transaction, bank account debit, capital account credit. Bank account debited because money deposited into bank, therefore bank account balance increases by 20,000, resulting debit entry in the bank account. Capital account credited 20,000 because owner invested 20,000 money into business. Therefore, capital increases by 20,000, resulting credit entry in the capital account. Example number 3, computer purchased. We discussed something similar to this before. The double entry for this business transaction, computer account debit, cash account credit. The fixed asset account computer has received the value of 1,000. Therefore, a debit entry in the computer account. The cash account has given the value of 1,000 in cash. Therefore, a credit entry in the cash account. Example number 4, inventory purchased during year 10,000. The double entry for this business transaction, inventory account debit, cash account credit. Inventory account debited because company has received new inventory of 10,000. So inventory account increases by 10,000, resulting a debit entry in the inventory account. Cash account credited 10,000 because there is a cash outflow of 10,000. So cash account decreases by 10,000, resulting credit entry in the cash account. Example number 5, rent paid during year 5,000. The double entry for this transaction, rent account debit, cash account credit. Rent is an expense. Expense increases debit. Therefore, it is recorded in the debit side of the rent account. Cash account credit, there is a cash outflow, so cash decreases. So we entered in the credit side of the cash account. And the last example, sales during year 25,000. The double entry for this transaction, cash account debit 25,000, sales account credit 25,000. Cash account debited because there is a cash inflow of 25,000, which increases cash account by 25,000, resulting a debit entry in the cash account. Sales credited 25,000. Sales is an income. Income increases credit, therefore credited in the sales account 25,000. How transactions affect the accounting equation? This will explain everything you need to know about the effects of different types of business transactions on the accounting equation using examples. How a transaction impact the accounting equation depends on the type of the two or more accounts involved. Some transactions don't affect the accounting equation because they increase and decrease multiple accounts of the same type. I mean the same component of the accounting equation. Every business transaction have an impact on one or two elements in the accounting equation, and it will balance two sides of the equation after recording a particular transaction. If one item within the accounting equation is changed, then another item must also be changed to balance it. In this way, the equality of the equation is maintained. For example, if there is an increase in an asset account, then there must be a decrease in another asset account or a corresponding increase in a liability or equity account. This equality is the essence of double entry accounting. The equation itself always remains in balance after each transaction. We are given some accounting transactions and we are going to see how these accounting transactions would affect the accounting equation. As I told you before, many accounting transactions do not change the accounting equation at all, because two or more accounts of the same component of the equation are changed, which cancels out any effect on the overall equation. If you look at the first accounting transaction, fixed asset purchased, the double entry for this business transaction, fixed asset account debit, cash account credit. Asset increases, asset decreases. As you can probably tell, this transaction only concerns the left side of the accounting equation. Asset increases and asset decreases. In other words, the accounting equation after this transaction is exactly the same as before. The second business transaction is purchased inventory on credit. Let me first explain you the difference between credit transaction and cash transaction. Credit transaction is a transaction where there is a delay between a transfer of goods and transfer of monetary value. Cash transaction is a transaction where there is no delay between a transfer of goods and transfer of monetary value. So this business transaction, purchased inventory on credit, how does this work in double entry? Purchases on credit are passed through payable account. So the double entry for this particular business transaction, inventory account debit and payable account credit. Inventory account debit meaning asset increases, payable account credit meaning liability increases. So both assets and liability of the accounting equation will increase by the same amount. Next, inventory purchase during year, cash purchase. Inventory account debit, cash account credit. Asset increases and asset decreases. There will be no change in the accounting equation. So the accounting equation after this transaction is exactly the same as before. Next, paid expenses. When you pay for expenses, expense account debit, cash account credit. Cash is an asset account, therefore asset decreases. Increase in expenses will decrease profit, therefore equity decreases. Paid to creditors. The double entry for this business transaction, payable account debit, cash account credit. Cash account is an asset, so asset decreases. Payable is a liability, so company's liability will decrease. Equity will remain unchanged. Next one, sales on credit. How does this work in double entry? Sales on credit are passed through a receivable account. So receivable account debit or debtors account debit, sales account credit. Increase in sales will increase the profit, therefore equity will increase. Receivable account is an asset account, therefore asset increase. Received cash from debtors. The double entry for this transaction, cash account debit, account receivable or debtors account credit. Therefore asset increases and asset decreases. There will be no change in the accounting equation after this transaction. Accounting equation would remain the same as before. Next, cash drawings by the owner. Asset decrease and equity decrease. So both sides of the accounting equation are the same. This is reflected in the books by debiting capital account and crediting cash account. The last accounting transaction is money paid into bank to start business. We already discussed this before. Asset increases, equity increases. So the accounting equation after this transaction will be higher on both sides. So the conclusion is, when financial transactions are recorded, combined effects on assets, liabilities and equity are always exactly offsetting. This is the reason that the balance sheet always balances. So that's all about double entry bookkeeping system. I hope it will be useful for your studies. Thank you.